Good morning, people. Wow, people playing football. How are you all? I hope you are doing well. It is July right now, and I was booking my tickets for Diwali to go back home. And when I looked at the fare, Bangalore, Delhi, Delhi, Bangalore, it came out like 23,000. I can understand the festive rush, but surprisingly, except for September, majority of September, for August, October, November, and December, the fare is similar. Right now in India, Bangalore, Delhi, Delhi, Bangalore is the costliest metro to metro connect. And that in some ways, so we were discussing, me and my colleague were discussing about the prices, how it has become expensive now to travel. The flight fares are so high, every airline is charging more, and I get that point. I understand that where they're coming from, but what I tried telling them is that please go into history, because I started taking flights from 2006, and if I compare the fares from that era till now, I think what airlines are charging right now is still below what they should have or what they should charge. And people want to tell me that in 20 years they want the fare of, let's say, 6,000 a side. Airlines were giving that till couple of years back. The result, they were in losses. Yeah. We can argue about the jet fuel price and everything, which is the costliest in India, and hence the airlines have to, maintain that pricing. But historically, jet fuel has always been expensive. Why do we see airlines in a limbo right now in India? You take any airline, pick up any airline, except for Indigo. Who is in profit? And that too, they are in profit because of their measures they have taken. They will feel the pinch now in coming days. So I was saying that the fuel prices in India, they have gone up considerably in last 20 years. So what the expectation is that airfares have to be the same level. It cannot. The airlines won't survive it. And the result is in front of us. Go Air collapsed. Kingfisher collapsed. SpiceJet on the verge of collapsing. Jet Airways collapsed. Airlines are never a profitable business. This is what we have been hearing, and this is what I have been told. Air India, for that matter of fact, under government jurisdiction, they're never in profit. Yeah, there are other reasons also for them for not to be in profit. The foreign airlines getting better slots and everything, no new aircraft, no maintenance, nothing. So hence it was in a depleted state. But even under Tata, they have changed a lot. They are a better airline than they were before. They're still in losses, and they will be. Like, airlines see only one thing: fuel. And when 40% of your cost is in the fuels, how would they make money? It's a no-brainer that airfares are rising, and a person who has traveled almost every sector in India, and I've seen the challenges what airlines face majorly. I think it's not wrong that they're asking for fares to be increased, and why they should not ask it. See, the concept what Air Deccan brought, that people can fly, everybody can fly, that option is good to have. But you have to understand, the business will not survive. The fares have to be in that capacity. Now for me, I am from Bangalore to Delhi. I have to go 3 times now till Diwali to meet my family again and again. And that is roughly, if I calculate that, 60,000 gone in airfares. Plus the cab from Bangalore city to Bangalore airport, to and fro, it costs you somewhere around 4,000. Delhi airport, you have this facility that if you are at Terminal 1, you take a metro, you can go directly anywhere. But if you are at Terminal 2 and 3, you have to take cabs there as well. To my place in Delhi NCR, where I stay from Delhi airport, it takes around to and fro is 2,600. So nobody sees this cost involved into it. Then I turned my attention towards the Indian Railways. And as there is Rajdhani which runs from Bangalore to Delhi every day, the challenge is the time. 33 hours in a train. I don't mind that, and I am good to go with that option as well. It's just that my 2 days of holiday will go in trains only, sitting alone, because train starts at 8 p.m. over here in Bangalore. It reaches 5:30 a.m. in Delhi. So that part is taken care of. The problem is 1 day in between complete. If I go by Rajdhani second AC, my to and fro would be in around 11 to 12,000. Or another alternative, the third alternative, one side by train and one side by flight. I'm still saving somewhere around 7 to 8,000 in just fares. And for railway station, it doesn't cost that much to go, neither in Bangalore, neither in Delhi. So the cost factor has already been taken care of. Now one thing I'm getting in Delhi is, I'm trying this time, let me see what happens. Since train ticket window opens 60 days in advance, Diwali is on 8th, I'll be going on 5th. My ticket window opens on 6th of September. I don't want to miss the chance to book that ticket. I had one crazy idea also, but that is for some other time. I'll share for it. But this is what I spent my last evening on calculating the fares, calculating how to save money and everything. It's a one-time go. I can understand. I can spend 23,000, no problems. For family, I can do anything. But if it's 3 times within a span of 4 months, I need to think on that aspect as well. But that notion that airfares are expensive and they should be cheaper now, I don't agree with that thing. You see, in Western countries or in other airlines across the world, the airlines which are in profit, they're not doing, they're charging fairly. What would you do? That's it for guys. That's it for today. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Have a wonderful day.